Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another weekly recap. So, last week we analyzed a lot of pairs using the fxalexg and forget strategy, and let me show you what we have done last week and the trades that played out and those that didn't. So, coming over to my chart right now, as you can see. So, one of the pairs we analyzed last week was GBPAUD, right? What we're looking for actually at the time was a break and retest under this level. Let me show you on a 1 hour time frame. So we were like this, we're waiting for a break and retest under this level to sell. So as soon as market opened, market actually closed above all this high right here, making 4 hour very bullish at the time, right? So I basically almost did not pay attention to this pair again, but if you are still paying attention to it, the break and retest still applies. So after the break and the retest, look for engulfings and set your stop loss above this high. And the reason for this box, if you watch this video that I just uploaded recently this week, this trade was a W, and as you can see is 1:4.9, or basically 1:5 risk to reward ratio trade. I didn't personally take this trade. Let's go to other pairs that I took. Second trade that we took last week, I was waiting for the same thing like we saw on GBPAUD, right? We were looking for a break and retest under. As soon as markets opened, markets created all these highs. We're almost not interested in selling the market anymore. But the break and retest still applies, and I mean, they've not finally hit the target, but you can see it's playing out to the direction we anticipated. The trade I actually took is this one right here, and I actually posted it on the YouTube. What we are simply looking for was either a break, a comeback to this area of interest, and for us to buy, or a break and retest. Like as you can see, this is the part I drew last week, right? So I was waiting for either a break and retest above this line, or a retest back to this area for us to buy. So price actually did both of them, right? Price actually did both of them. So price came into the area first and then had this break, and then at the retest I enter after the engulfing, and then put my stop loss below here, and then targeted 1:2 risk to reward ratio. As you can see, eventually this trade was actually a total of 1:3.3 risk to reward ratio. Ignore this one, I just testing something out, right? All right, next pair that we analyzed last week. What we are looking for last week was a break and retest above here to buy, or a comeback into this area of interest for us to buy. So at the time, price actually closed below this low right here, and without having any entry, right? So I was not really paying attention to this particular market because I was already in GBPCAD at the time, by the way. So the break and retest still applied. Alright, GBPJPY. So we are looking to buy this market last week. I was waiting for a break and retest above here to buy, or a comeback into this area of interest for us to buy. So at the time we had a break, but at the retest we didn't get any engulfing until price changed structure. So I was basically no longer interested. But if you really look at this market structure well, just because I was in on another trade, the break and retest still apply. So this is the break and the retest and the engulfing. As you can see, this trade was another win this week. And the last pair for the week, so I took two pairs this week. I took CAD JPY and GBPCAD. So what I was looking for on GBPCAD, the price action was cleaner at the time. I was looking for a break and retest above this area right here to buy. It broke, it retested, and it was engulfing, I think on the 30 minutes, and then I entered and put my stop loss below here, and we already up 1:1 point something before this dip happened. So I lost one trade and I won one trade. If you're risking 2% per trade, you will be up 2% this week. So that is it for this week. Make sure to pull up to the next Sunday swings. We are going to be dropping them on Sunday, and let's see what we have for next week. That's pretty much it, guys.